Hi loves, welcome to my channel. This is my modern guidebook shadow work, volume 1. This is based on dragons and reclaiming your power. So everything in volume 1, unleash. This is your power word for the book. I've also got like a number 1 here, so that way you can collect the whole set as I release them and have them on your bookshelf. Even though this is kind of like my version of an intense therapeutical workout for the mind, with shadow work, really you can use this as kind of a cool gothic journal too. There is tons of journaling space in here, not just workshop type lessons, so use it how you like. I think this would be really cool as a gothic glue book, just completely make it your own, inside with collaging and journaling and like whatever. You could even use this kind of like a planner if you wanted to as well. So kind of a somewhat quick flip through here. Each book has this power word, which again, this one is unleash. I give like an intro to what this book can be used for and what this power word is all about, and a motivational prompt for tying in with how to use that keyword. Again, this is my take on shadow work. Everybody has kind of their own style, but like for me, when I was looking for shadow work journals years and years ago, I just never found anything that was like modern and cool. It seemed like they were all very overwhelming and text heavy, and I wanted to make this into like a magazine, like a cool gothic magazine that you could get lessons from and not feel like you're doing therapy, So I give very, very simplistic and basic prompts of how to do shadow work if you choose to do that. So there's some journaling prompts, self-reflection, mirror work, which is basically like just getting in touch with yourself in the mirror essentially, and then starting a book of mirrors, which is kind of all of these reflections, and so you can use this book as a book of mirrors, or you can use another journal. You could rip pages out of this and paste it into your book of mirrors and create your own kind of take on however you want to interpret all of these things in here. So that's the basics of what I've been doing for years. That's what works for me, keeps me in a positive mindset. So again, the monthly club box that we did was all about like burning the past and starting anew. So that's why it was heavy on dragons and unleashing yourself, unleashing a better you. So we've got, some more prompts that you can write physically on these pages, or you can, again, like tear them out, put them somewhere else, or you can write these questions down in a different journal and answer them as you kind of go along with the process. So I give examples on how to avoid the power suck, as I call it, which basically is like giving your power away. Your power, your energy, your time is precious and valuable, and there's different ways that you probably don't even realize that you are allowing that to be sucked away from you. And so this is all about how to get that power back, how to be more in control of like where that power is used. We've got an ink and ash section. So each book will have an ink and ash, and essentially it is like what you will journal about on what you, for this particular prompt, it's journaling about what you need to survive emotionally, like burn or shed what doesn't serve you, so you just make your list of things that you feel make you more powerful, or things that you want to dispose of in your life, either physically or emotionally, that kind of thing. I give a playlist of songs that I feel kind of go with this prompt, and essentially like tie in, you could have these playing, while you're doing this. It's kind of my thought, but you can also use this to journal over. If you don't like the songs that I chose, then just like paste images or stickers or whatever over it and write your own list, that kind of thing. Again, this is just like a jumping off book for you to kind of like create your own sort of self-help journal, so you could use this just the word playlist, in your journal, and that way it gives you prompts for like what you want to work on, or what songs call to you and what songs make you feel happy, and that kind of thing, because music is really powerful stuff. So especially lyrics, like so many things that empower me start with just a simple lyric from a song. It can be so moving. So I love incorporating artwork throughout this, again, to make it more like a magazine feel and not like a therapeutic tool. So we've got all kinds of different collages through here, and all of the collages are intentional. Like all the art that I put in here is intentional. It all supports that keyword unleash. Gribbles is also a section that I want to include in every book, and I absolutely love this. It's kind of my play on grave doodles and soul scribbles. So how would your inner demon sketch? Like you unleashed your inner demon, or like your excess baggage and everything, and put it to paper. What kind of sketches would come out from that? And just like doodle what makes your soul happy, things that may not be your typical thing that you would sketch, but it makes you happy, like this is your personal space, you don't have to share it with anybody. So just, the idea is to like, make sure that you're not censoring yourself when you're going through this process. So again, with some artwork, and this page is meant to, like cut out and collage with later at the end of this journal or in your own journal. That's why it's blank on the back. And I'll just kind of keep flipping through so you can get an idea for what the aesthetic or the vibe that I'm going with this magazine, is just trying to do a lot of thought-provoking prompts throughout, but in a really visual way, so that way draws you in. You want to come back to it, you want to use it. So this is all about how to make an empowered statement with your clothes, accessories, ideas for that. A shadow mirror where you can sketch yourself, or you could put a photo of yourself here, like your favorite selfie, or maybe it's like collaging your favorite outfit, or whatever you want to reflect. This is the senses and like herbs, oils, candles, ideas for this power word, and blank areas for you to fill out. And again, another place for your photo, more information about, that power word, prompts, your vision, and a blank one for you to do. And quote unquote spells, they're just rituals and things that you can do, and ideas that you can do with them. Burn letter ideas and other pages. And so the rest of this is more from a journaling aspect. So as you're going through the beginning of the journal, then you have these pages where you can come and like document what you've learned, or what comes to you, that kind of thing. The morning pages, absolutely love that. Make that page whatever you want. This could be a collage or photos. And I love this black versus or light versus dark. Don't wait for someone to save you, go ahead and save yourself. And this would be perfect to collage on, or to like write individual messages to yourself in all of the panels. And then each one of these journaling pages has a prompt or power quote, and it's all about this keyword. So like this one says, your power, it's been inside you all along, no permission needed, just take what's yours. So all of these, the rest of these pages are quotes, and then you get like a light versus dark journaling at the end of each quote section. And then it begins again with a photo and more quotes. So again, with the light dark, and then a photo. Absolutely love this one. Control is an illusion, breakthrough, and own your damn power. Freaking love this. This whole spread would be so pretty. And you could take this apart too and like punch it for a planner. I think that would be awesome. This is a 4x6 size, so it is a pocket size. So if you have pocket rings, you could punch this, no problem. love this photo. This one is gorgeous too. And as it's reaching the end of the book, it's preparing you for the next book. So next step is greatness. Talk nice to yourself, stay focused, and power through what doesn't serve your power. Leave it in the shadows and ashes. So, I mean, that's leading up to the next one. And then the end of this is just all blank grids for you to journal on. I would love to hear how you're using it or how you plan to use it. So I will talk to you soon.